Good evening, everyone. This is Karen Donovan, again, coming to you on the G.N.W. show. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have some exciting things in store for you. And right now, we're going to be talking on strategies for happy living about not getting your feelings hurt. So stay tuned, will you? So we've been reading together, maybe, I don't know, a book called The Happiness Trap. And we're talking about feelings tonight. And, you know, a lot of times feelings, well, whether you're the kind of a person who wears, as they say, their heart on their sleeve and somebody maybe says the wrong thing to you and you start to cry, well, that would be me. Or if you're a stoic and you just don't show your emotions, we all still have feelings, right? And so I was flying on the plane and I was happy. I was happy because I was going somewhere that I wanted to go and I was excited. And then as the plane took off and the storm hit and the hail and whatever was going on out there and the plane started going up and down, the bumps started. And isn't that just like life? It kind of makes your feelings change almost simultaneously with what's going on around you. So the question in life is, how do we deal with these feelings? Because, you know, everybody's looking to, we call this session strategies for a happy life. And we all want to be happy, and we all want to be happy, you know, most of the time. But what do we do when those obvious, inevitable bumps in the road or the plane come along? You know, how do you deal with that? And so in our little book, The Happiness Trap, the author, Russ Harris, shares with us some interesting information. And I want to just read you these 4 sentences and see, what do you think about this? All right. Number 1, happiness is the natural state for all human beings. That would be nice. Number 2, if you're not happy, you're defective. There's something wrong with you. That's number 2. Number 3, to create a better life, we must get rid of negative feelings. Get rid of those feelings. Just get rid of them. And number 4, you should be able to control what you think and feel. Now, do you think that those statements are true or false? If you said false, you would be right. Those are all myths that people, and especially like a lot of self-help kind of people, tell us that we should be happy. And if we're not happy, there's something wrong with us. And we have to control our negative thoughts. Did you ever try to control something that you can't control? I mean, you know, it's fear. You're fearful of something. You heard some noise and you how do you control that? Yeah, okay, maybe you deal with it, but can you really control that? You know, that sweaty palm feeling. And so, you know, we'd all love to live the life of happily ever after, where, you know, our feelings don't get hurt, or if they do get hurt, everything turns out all right in the end. And, it's just one of those happy endings. But we know that that's not reality. That's not life. So what do we do when we have to deal with these feelings that are flying by us? I like to use the analogy of tennis balls. And, in a day's time, I think there's something like we have 3,000 plus thoughts that go through our mind, just random thoughts. Okay, so let's just pretend that those are 3,000 tennis balls that are flying by us on a daily basis. Now, if you're out playing tennis, and I'm not like a super great tennis player, but I know that you have to concentrate on hitting one ball. You can't concentrate on hitting 3,000 balls. You have to pick the ones that you're going to engage with and let the rest fly by. Don't engage with them. So, negative feelings and emotions come and go, but they come and go. And in a natural state, yes, there are certain things that we can concentrate on and engage in that one tennis ball, right? We can just get our swing just right and hit that one. But to concentrate on all of them, we can't. It's not humanly possible, and it'll only just drive us crazy. So in the end, what we want to do is just concentrate on the ones that we pick out and realize that it's a natural state of being, living, that feelings, both positive and negative, are going to come and they're going to go. And they're like visitors. So let them come and let them go. And then you too can have a happy life, regardless of whether or not those feelings are affecting you at this moment, because this too shall pass. And that's our thoughts on feelings and not getting our feelings hurt. So I hope that helped you. And now we're going to take a look at a little feeling music. So every week in our Monday morning wake-up log, our musicologist, Mr. Michael Riccio, picks out a couple of songs for inspiration for the week. And this week, I promised that I would announce it's kind of like the Battle of the Bands. We see who picks which song and which song is the favorite for the week. This week, the songs were about feelings. Very apropos. Now, the first song was Bob Dylan and Like a Rolling Stone. And the second song he picked out was Black Eyed Peas, I Got a Feeling. Now, if you are familiar with either of these two songs, and you may or may not be, you may be familiar with one and not the other. I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas is pretty much just a free-for-all, going out and having a fun evening. I feel tonight's going to be a good night, right? Now, on the other hand, Mr. Dylan has shared with us some very profound thoughts about feelings. He says, how does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own, a complete unknown, with no direction home, like a rolling stone? So he's gone to the crux of the matter. Somebody who thought they were pretty famous and then it turns out they don't even know their way home. And how does it feel? In this case, he was kind of chiding someone, saying, now you think you're so great. Now you can't even find your way home. But in essence, it happens to all of us. There's a time when we can't find our way home. We're like a rolling stone, no direction home, a complete unknown. And what do? Well, let's go back to what we were talking about. We've got those tennis balls. We're just going to let those feelings come and go, because there is nothing we can do to control that. So we'll take that to heart. And of course, I'm announcing the winner of the 2 songs tonight was Bob Dylan and Like a Rolling Stone. So for anyone who wanted to know, that's the winning song. And now on to a burning question that you or someone you know might have had. So we are talking about Real Estate Corner, related to the home, but still related somehow to feelings. Now, close your eyes for a second and think about ice cream. Think about your favorite flavor of ice cream. Think about how it tastes. How does it taste in your mouth? How does it taste after eating a meal and you eat this nice, refreshing ice cream? How does it feel on a hot day? Does it melt in your mouth? I'm thinking about going out for some Ben and Jerry's after this. Now that's a feeling, right? And so sometimes you get those kind of feelings. They're good feelings. But relating to Real Estate Corner, how do you keep your ice cream tasting tasty in case you don't eat the whole thing at one sitting? Now, I know some of you do. I know. But let's just say that you have, a nice quart of ice cream and you want to put it back in the freezer. And then you take it out the second time or whatever. Did you ever do this? And it's, oh God, those ice crystals all over the top. How do you get rid of those? How do you keep those ice crystals from wrecking the flavor of your delicious ice cream? Well, I learned a really neat trick, and I never knew it before. So here's what you're going to do. Let's say you take your ice cream out. You should put it back in the refrigerator, in the freezer, like right away after you serve it. But, let's just say you snuck some and you ate it from the container and it started to melt on top. Well, okay. What you're going to do is 2 ways. Number 1, put the top back on and turn it upside down. Now, what does that do? It makes all the melted ice cream go down onto the lid, so that when you take off the lid, you can chuck all that melty, yucky ice crystal ice cream that doesn't taste good, and in the bottom will be good ice cream. Okay? Believe me, I tried it. Now, in case you don't want to do that, you can also take plastic wrap and put the plastic over the ice cream. But I kind of like the turning it upside down thing. Good trick, right? Now, the other thing is this is just a bonus, but if you ever had peanut butter with the oil in the top, like I think Smucker's or whatever, and you trying to dig down and get the peanut butter and you got the oil in there, do the same thing. Guess where the oil will be? When you turn it back over again, the oil will be on the bottom and you can get your peanut butter out. Cool trick, huh? I bet you're glad you stay tuned for Real Estate Corner. And now on to what everybody has been waiting for and thinking about this evening. Everybody likes to play a little fun trivia. We do. And if you would like to join us every week in our Monday morning wake up newsletter that we send out, free and no obligation, to friends, neighbors, our fellow agents, anyone who would like a copy. Even if you're a stranger, it's okay. We'll be happy to send you a complimentary copy. Just shoot me an email at Karen@homesbydonovan.com and we'll send you out your Monday morning wake up. And in there are some little inspirational tips, just kind of like a precursor to what I do on Wednesday. And we have an official entry form for our trivia questions, so you can study it out and think this through carefully before you give your answer. And tonight, our question is about what human emotion is the strongest. So we're talking about feelings. So what human emotion do you think is the strongest? Now, if you would like to play along with us and you didn't play in our Monday morning wake up, then I'm going to give you an opportunity to do so. Here's what you're going to do. Either answer us in the chat if you're watching us on Facebook, or in the comments if you're watching us on YouTube Live. We have enough subscribers now that we're on both. And just put in your name and your email address and your comment about what you think the answer is, and we'll know that you are very intelligent. Now, the question is, what human emotion is the strongest? A, fear, B, anger, C, love, or D, envy? Ooh, that's a tough one because, they say love conquers all, but love is a combination of trust and joy. So it might not be the strongest emotion. Envy, envy is a combination of discontent and longing for something that may belong to someone else. And then that brings us down to fear and anger. Now, fear, as you all know, is like anxiety and worry. And usually when you're anxious and you're worried, you're also kind of like scared. So it's not a very strong emotion in that sense. Now, anger, however, is a very strong emotion. And the answer, of course, is B. So if you guessed B, anger, then you are very intelligent. And anger requires like energy and your desire to control and your desire for power. So anger is the strongest human emotion, according to what I read. Now, you may disagree with me, and that's okay. If you do disagree with me, let me know. Please comment on our show. I love to hear from you. I get lots of cool emails back and comments in the chat, and it's kind of encouraging. I even got a nice bracelet from one of our fans. I thought that was pretty cool. Now, if you would like, again, to get our Monday morning wake up blog, please email me, Karen@homesbydonovan.com. Please also give us a thumbs up and like on Facebook, and a join on YouTube. And we will look forward to seeing you next Wednesday for the Good News Wednesday show. Until then, make it a great rest of your week. Bye-bye. It's the Good News Wednesday show. Come on, kids, it's time to go. Tell everybody that you know. Watch the Good News Wednesday show. Good News Wednesday's finally here. Let's stand up and give a